a woman struggled with emotional eating for 20 years, until a conversation in a Kyoto tea shop revealed a flaw in every diet she had ever tried. What she discovered there challenges the very foundation of how we think about willpower. In Western culture, change is framed as a war. You muster your discipline, you resist temptation, you fight your desires. This model sets up a brutal inner conflict where victory is temporary and defeat feels personal. But what if this struggle is the obstacle? What if there is a way to change that feels less like battle and more like breathing? The Japanese perspective offers a startling alternative. It suggests that habits are not foes to be vanquished, but signals to be understood. That late-night snacking, that nail-biting, that mindless scrolling, each began as a reasonable response to an unmet need. Stress, boredom, loneliness, fatigue. The habit was a solution, however costly. To dissolve it, you don't attack it. You decipher its message. There is a story of a potter renowned for his patience. In his apprenticeship, he was infamous for his impatience, smashing imperfect works in frustration. He tried strict schedules, stern self-talk, and pledges of perfection. His frustration only grew. His sensei finally told him, "Your anger is not the problem. Your resistance to it is. Let it sit on the wheel beside you." The apprentice began to acknowledge his irritation without obeying it. When a vase collapsed, he would inwardly say, "There is disappointment." He felt the heat in his face, the tightness in his shoulders. He observed it as if it were a curious shape in the clay. Within weeks, the tantrum ceased. The emotion, when welcomed without judgment, lost its destructive force. He learned to feel without being flooded. This practice is rooted in a fundamental truth: impermanence. No feeling, no urge, no thought is permanent. The craving for a cigarette feels like a lifetime in the moment it arises, but it peaks and falls like a wave. The anxiety that drives you to check your email for the 10th time will dissipate. The Japanese method teaches you to become a witness to this transient nature. How? By turning toward the sensation, not away. A writer in Osaka used this to overcome her caffeine addiction. She didn't throw away her coffee maker. When the midday craving for a third cup hit, she would pause. She would feel the jittery anticipation, the mental fog, the habitual reach for the mug. She set a timer for 7 minutes. During that time, she committed to sitting still, feeling the entirety of the craving without action. She discovered the intense want would swell, dominate her awareness for 2 or 3 minutes, and then, if she didn't feed it, begin to recede. When the timer chimed, the choice to not drink coffee felt clear, almost effortless. It wasn't willpower, it was insight. An urge is a guest that leaves when you stop entertaining it. This leads to the principle of Kaizen. Improvement through minuscule, consistent steps. The Western mind idolizes the explosive transformation, the sudden, total life overhaul. Kaizen proposes the opposite. Change one thing by 1%. If you spend 2 hours on social media daily, aim for 1 hour and 59 minutes. If you want to run a marathon, start by putting on your running shoes and walking to the mailbox. This feels insignificant. But it is this insignificance that is its genius. The brain, wired for safety, rebels against sudden upheaval. A change too small to trigger alarm can be repeated, and repetition rewires the brain. A musician used Kaizen to conquer his procrastination. He didn't vow to work 8 hours a day. He committed to opening his composition software and writing 1 note each morning. 1 note. Some days, that was all he did. Most days, writing 1 note led to a measure, then a line. Within a year, he had finished his first symphony. The habit of avoidance was eroded not by a grand stand, but by the daily drip of a tiny action. Yet, eliminating a habit creates a vacuum. This is where Ikigai, your sense of purpose, becomes essential. Destructive habits often persist because they fill a void of meaning, connection, or joy. You game excessively not because you love the game, but because it provides a sense of mastery lacking in your job. You gossip not for the news, but for the human connection it simulates. The Japanese approach is to identify the true need and meet it with a nourishing alternative. An accountant who binge-watched TV every night realized it was his only escape from mental numbness. His Ikigai, he recalled, was astronomy. He replaced turning on the TV with stepping onto his balcony with a star chart. He would spend 10 minutes locating a single constellation. This ritual met his need for wonder and mental shift. The television's grip loosened not through deprivation, but through the introduction of a deeper satisfaction. Central to all this is a revolutionary stance toward oneself, self-compassion. The Western toolkit for change often includes shame. We call ourselves lazy, weak, undisciplined. This shame creates a split self, a tyrant and a rebel, locked in a draining civil war. The Japanese way involves treating yourself with the kindness you would offer a dear friend. When you slip, you note it with gentle clarity, not cruel judgment. This is not permission to fail. It is the wisdom that growth requires a foundation of respect. A manager who chronically interrupted others in meetings learned this. After each interruption, she would mentally berate herself, which made her anxious and more likely to blurt out again. She shifted to a compassionate inquiry. After speaking over someone, she would silently think, "I was eager to contribute. Next time, I can breathe first." This neutral observation dissolved the shame cycle. She became more aware of her impulses and gradually gained the pause to choose silence. True change, therefore, is not demolition, but architecture. You do not break a habit. You build a new, more compelling neural pathway until the old one falls into disuse. Imagine your mind as a hillside with many trails. The unwanted habit is a deep, muddy gully worn by countless footsteps. You cannot fill it in, but you can start walking a new route, even if it's just a few steps away. The first time, it's unfamiliar and hard. You trip on roots. But with each walk, the new path becomes clearer, smoother. The old gully, untraveled, slowly fills with leaves and becomes irrelevant. A father applied this to his road rage. Instead of swearing to never get angry again, he created a new ritual for red lights. He would take one deep breath and name 3 blue things he could see: a sky blue sign, a passerby's shirt, a car. This tiny new path, breath and observation, slowly replaced the old one of grip tightening and expletives. The anger didn't disappear. It just found no footing on the new trail. The journey forward is one of integration, not annihilation. You are not conquering a flawed self. The habit you wish to release is not an enemy. It is a guide, pointing you toward a part of your life that yearns for attention, for meaning, for care. The Japanese system provides the tools to listen to that guide with curiosity, to respond with small, steady steps, and to fill the spaces within with purpose. This is how lasting change unfolds, not with a roar, but with a series of quiet, deliberate returns to the new path. If this perspective resonates with you, help us spread this gentle approach. Please like this video and subscribe to the Inner Dialogue for more content that helps you align with your nature. Your support allows us to create more.